Sarah Peters, the director of Northern Lights MN. Hi, Sarah. Great to have you.
Hi, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, so I was wondering if we could just start with you giving us an overview of exactly what Northern Lights MN is.
Sure. NorthernLights.mn, we are a nonprofit arts organization, and we support artists in the creation and presentation of new artworks in public spaces. Sometimes that's outside, but sometimes it's inside. Sometimes that's on the internet. We just like to work in places that are accessible to a lot of different people.
Great, that's really interesting. And so I know that you put on some really large art projects along the river. Can you tell us what the process is like to put on a project like that?
Sure. Yeah, we do large and small things, which is fun. Each different kind of project has a new challenge. But for the past several years, we have been partnering with the Mississippi Park Connection and the National Park Service to present large-scale artworks at the Upper St. Anthony Lock and Dam, which is a significant structure that was closed to river navigation several years ago, I think in 2016, maybe.
Yeah, that's right.
Similar. And so, and we became familiar with that site from our festival, Northern Spark, which happens usually in June, late into the night, and had taken place in the past in and around the Stone Arch Bridge. And so to put on our various projects, we do a lot of site scoping, walking around, taking a look, where could something take place? Where could we do a large projection? Where we might situate an interactive performance or installation. And so we spent a lot of time in that area, and we're just so curious about this structure and how it functions. And so we also had a collaboration sort of ongoing from years past with Mississippi Park Connection, who was really interested in doing some kind of art projects to help get people interested in the river in other ways rather than traditional river education, which tends to focus on little kids going on field trips or retired people who have time to volunteer and do cleanups. They kind of were interested in the everybody else who's not those two populations and seeing if they could bring them into this experience of the river in an unconventional way. And so we thought, hey, we love that. And we love putting art in unconventional places. And so we kind of struck up this collaboration that was really ushered through by a couple of other artists who had done a lot of work in that area. And we're able to raise some funds through the St. Anthony Heritage Board that does a grant for interpretive projects in and around the Stone Arch Bridge area. And they have been the supporters of what has become the Illuminate the Lock program.
Well, that is really interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going. What is the Illuminate the Lock program?
So that is a program where we invite artists to come in and do some sort of interactive artwork inside the chamber of the lock. Now that it's not used for river navigation, it sits there for a lot of the time. The National Park Service runs a visitor center there, and they do other programming. But we have learned that artists are very curious about this space and are interested also in the river and in the history of the lock and want to do projects about that. And so the first year we did kind of a call for proposals, and we sent that out to a targeted number of artists in our community, and they proposed project ideas, and then we assembled a jury and we selected 2, and those were produced the very first year. And that was Aaron Dysart, who did a project called Surface, which was light and fog machines inside of the lock chamber. Very cool. Andrea Carlson made a hand-drawn animated video using vintage photographic footage from Spirit Island, which used to be in the middle of the river. And that became a scrolling video that was projected onto the side of the lock wall.
Well, what a great use of a space that hasn't been used anymore. Thank you so much for your time today, Sarah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
See you soon.
Thanks.
Bye.